Let's see. Wait a minute. Am I back? I might be back. Hold on. Hold on. Just wave. Ah! Yes. Okay. Good. I got this thing. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's go back so I can watch it as well. Thank you to the 4 of you who stuck around. I'm going to go back to this. Okay. All right. I was thinking about just continuing on, but no. I'm glad I waited a little. So okay, we got a hexagon or hex twist and a push pleat platform up here. And if I count, so I use a little bit of crease pattern counting. Look right down here. This would be from this point, the center of the hexagon, to here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So eight grid lines to go from there to there. That's important. So being able to accurately count on a grid is it's a good skill to have. I think people have different methods. I know Madonna Yoder counts from the corner of the twist outward, whereas I like to count from the center. It's just a preference thing. So I could use that as a guide. I can count that way, or I can look and see as I lay this pleat flat, it butts up against the mountain fold of this pleat that's coming out there. So we could just use that as a guide. There we go. There's the second platform. I'm going to keep going around. So another way to count this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So now I've got 3 push platforms all the way around. And you may notice I've got a pleat that comes down here, another pleat that comes down here, and they just clash. There's an issue there that I'll have to resolve. For right now, I'm just going to flatten this. You can basically act as if this pleat goes all the way through. This pleat kind of bores right through without any care in the world. And I can resolve these overlaps or locks at a later time. We'll see how I want to do that. Again, this is kind of free form origami, no plans, just the way I like it. That's not true. I always overplan things, so trying to break out of that. Okay. Well, that's kind of fun. There's more that can be done with this. I've got bigger plans. The places where this locks, I can unlock it basically by pulling. You have 2 pleats that intersect like that. Stay. 2 pleats that intersect like that, and if you pull directly away, right at their obtuse angles, like that. Basically, you have a pleat that would go off the edge that way, pleat that would go off the edge that way. You pull apart like that. You can reform this to make a brand new intersection. In this case, it's going to be a portion of a hex twist. Just, weird, an actual hex twist would come around like that, and there would be enough paper to fill in the hexagon there. In this case, it's just going to be something like that. A little decoration at the end. So there. Okay, and again, thank you all for bearing with me while I worked out the Wi-Fi issue. There was some snow here earlier. Maybe a tower went down. I don't know. Here, I've got too many tabs open. There we go. Now that it's getting a little smaller, let me zoom in here. So we have in terms of tilings, we have a 3-6-3-6. That's triangle, hexagon, triangle, hexagon. Effectively hexagon. If this had more paper, this would be a hex twist. So 3-6-3-6. And just make these look pretty. So basically what I'm doing here, these little platforms, there's a rhombus that's right here, and I'm as I twist it, I'm breaking breaking that rhombus. So there's a mountain fold that goes right there, right along the height of the diamond. So another example. Got a rhombus right there, and I'm going to do a mountain fold there. And there's another one on this side, there's another one on that side. And just by pushing it, what that does is it makes a nice crisp platform like that. So it stays, it doesn't come undone. Okay. It's kind of neato. Sometimes it's nice to look at the back of the paper and see what happens. So the triangle push pleat platforms create this little divot down here, which is kind of neat. Yet more to do, though. So the fact that these are double wide pleats is important. So if they're double wide, what that allows me to do is flatten them. Different people have different terms for this. I know Madonna Yoder uses the term a tube pleat. I like to call it a flattened pleat. One of these days I'd like to have a discussion with some other tesselators on terminology. But it basically looks like this. I've got this one pleat that's going one direction or the other, and I push it down and separate the paper that's between the two creases, and it creates a tube or a flattening. And if I push that a little further, closer to the triangle, you get this this neat little undercut. And I can do that to all three. The issue is that this is trapped, and there's a difference between these partial hex twists and this hex twist, and that's that these are going the opposite direction of the pleats. This one's not, so I'm going to back twist this. Gotta kind of look like not sure how far I want to back twist this. Let's do that. That looks kind of cool. So what that allows, by rotating the hexagon in the opposite direction of the pleats, it unlocks the pleats and allows them the ability to act independently. So I can lift a pleat up and flatten it all the way up to the triangular platform. And again here. Something like this. And when I do that to all three surrounding one of those platforms, then I've got this, I've got that undercut on all three sides there. Kind of looks like that. I think that kind of looks neat. So I'm going to transfer that element all the way around. I've already back twisted this that hexagon, so it's just a matter of flattening all of the rest of the pleats, and it should look a lot less chaotic once that's all done. We'll see. So I'm thinking next time I'm going to try just streaming to Facebook. I'm just gonna do a Facebook Live event, and then I'm figure it out from there. I've got some other plans. Sometimes I'll do this. I'll go a little bit more into the math. The actual mathematics that goes into this. Some of the if I use a computer, if I use a Inkscape to design some things. I might do some corrugations. I might do some traditional or representational origami. I don't know. Like I said, no big plans yet, but the fact that I'm doing it weekly kind of allows me whatever flexibility I want. So there. You can see the pattern starting to really develop. It's not flat per se, but the fact that it's close enough to flat means that it holds its form pretty well. All the better once I size it with methyl cellulose or something else to really stiffen it. That could be a conversation topic at some point down the road too. Almost there. So the technique I'm using here, or the higher level concept here, is what's the term? Stratified, scaffolded tessellations, where basically you create a base tessellation and then you modify it slightly. So you develop the entire pattern, hex twist, triangle twist, hex twist, triangle twist, whatever it is, and then you change it up based on the base, and you can get some really interesting effects that way. So I think I want to at least use a couple of the weeks here to really explore that. There we go. That's the next step. And so this is kind of cool. And once you get the flattened pleats, you get these little kind of look like flowers of the sorts. Actually, I think that's going to be the next scaffold. So you can actually take these, pinch them, use something like this. You know what? I'm going to wet fold. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with this. Hold on. Bear with me one sec. I'm just gonna grab my my Dahlia spritzer. Okay, can't find my Dahlia spritzer right now, but I've got this. This is my Tupperware of methyl cellulose, some MC. It's you know, interesting consistency, but take a couple fingerfuls full. Just kind of rub that into the paper to wet it a bit. Let's see what I can do with this. All right. Okay. So now I should be able to get some nice curves out of it. Maybe let's forget about this side. I really want to explore this side of the paper. So it'll be something like this. Yeah, all right. I'm just gonna wrestle with this for a bit. This is I did call this paper wrangling, so that is literally what's happening here. Bend the paper to your will. Uh-huh. So the danger here is it ending up looking like a chaotic mess, which it kind of is looking like it will. I don't think it will when it's all done. Let's see. If I just do a single wide pleat like that. So the cool thing about the methyl cellulose, when this dries, it'll be quite stiff. All right. I'm not thrilled with this element. I think it takes away from the bits on the outside. So I'm going to figure out a way to neutralize that. I'll tell you what. I do sometimes use tools, especially, once the MC is in there, once the sizing is in there, the paper's a little slippery. I'm gonna take a. It's kind of like a bone folder. This is a Kelm folder. It's a piece of, metal, steel. I want to say. I don't know. We'll probably have to look that up at some point. But stick that inside of here. Do a little sculpting. There we go. That looks kind of cool. Little bulb-shaped thing. I think it looks even more interesting if it's going down than if it's going up. All right, I might keep picking at this a little. When it's all said and done, I think I'm going to post on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, this was fun. Like I said, I haven't done this in way too long. So I think I'm going to call the live stream about finished at this point. It's been just over an hour. I think that's a good amount of time. I don't really have a plan for whether I want them to go longer or shorter. It might just depend on my mood that day. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to close it out and I'll see you next week. Cool. Stay warm out there. Take care.